Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Hajimari no Kiseki. Last episode, we did the Sharon, Claire, and Sarah. I did it from right to left. Anyways, I should have done this first and this, but anyways, that doesn't matter. Next episode, we're gonna be doing the next special episode of Machias and Detective Dudley. So I'm actually looking forward to see how this turns out. So let's get started. Okay. 3 days have passed since the special support section liberated Crossbell. I rushed to check out the site faster than any of my colleagues. Looks like there's Muriel, there's Noelle.
お待たせしました。ソーニャ司令にピエール副局長ですね。
Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. You two are the ones from... Yes, we're with the government encountering inspectorate. Heh. Looks like you guys failed your inspection, but
この
anyways.
度クロスベルにおける監察業務担当に任命されました。短期間ですがよろしくお願いします。
Following the Great War, all Imperial armed forces were supposed to have been withdrawn from the city. Thanks to Imperial Defense Forces' continued interference, a full withdrawal still hadn't been completed. Our task was to see this cumbersome process through its end. It was a personal request from my father, the acting representative of the Imperial government. It was another important step on the path towards Crossbell's re-independence. As for the demolition of Tamgrim Gate and repurposing the munitions plant, those have been left to my seniors and to the Reinford group to take care of. And no one left in charge of affairs within the city. I set my sights on the tower that the Imperial Defense Force had occupied. Jesus. Huh. I've heard the rumors, but they really threw caution to the wind reclaiming this place, didn't they? Seems Yuna's been running around with them doing with the cleanup these past few days as well. Fucking Yuna uses a fucking Draken to fly and swoom slam into the fucking tower. And I'm surprised the SSS survived that kind of blow. Spectre with glasses. Seems to report that this was the special sports section's doing was right. Is he from the first investigative division? No need to worry about it. Next up is the 36th floor, I believe. Due to the Imperial Defense Force's occupation and all the fighting that occurred within the tower, the inspector's work here had been exceedingly difficult. While the police and the Guardian Force was busy arguing back and forth, we had to proceed the investigation as if nothing was happening. We work late nights and continue with that sort of work that wears you down in both the body and spirit in and day out. Not even able to catch a break and partake in the joys of alcohol with my seniors, I continued to get more and more exhausted. Yet through all that heroic work, I still had one modest soul-soothing pleasure to cling on to. Ooh, coffee. Sorry. Thanks for waiting. Here's your original bitter blend, just as you ordered. Thank you. Sip. Oh my god. Just impeccable. This is really only a blend for a morning like this. Pressing the R2 button. Come on. This is the sort of beverage that wakes you up right up. It makes you say, yeah, today's gonna be another great one. Hey, isn't that guy? Yeah, I heard from my friend that works at the tower. I think he came from the Empire. Thanks for waiting. Here's your cup of original bitter blend, just as you ordered. Much appreciated. Huh? Sip. This really is the only blend for a morning like this. Are they both gonna say the same thing? They really are in common. I bet Falcom did this on. I had to give it my all for the sake of the special support section that fought alongside us during the twilight. Not to mention the sake of all my friends putting in the work across the Empire. Also for the sake of my father who had faith in me to trust me with such an important task. But a few days later, just as I thought I'd finally have a date to myself, I was met with an unprecedented trial. You're out of stock of that coffee blend. We're terribly sorry, we usually put in our usual order, and yet that blend needs a special D's imported from Orid. But it seems there's been some sort of issue and our sellers stocking them. This is what the owner's been saying, but it seems like there's been something shady behind the haltage. Something shady, you say? I'm sorry, please forget what I said, alright? No, on the contrary, would you mind elaborating what you meant by that, young lady? It's as he said, this is an extremely important matter to us. Would it be possible for the two of us to speak with the shop owner? What the justice? Episode The Justice Duo. they're just making this more funny and more funny. Yeah, we've been hearing about that same sort of issue a lot recently. There's been a lot of inquiries about packages and not getting delivered because of the communication errors and shipping destinations getting mixed up. We just reopened international trade, so it's been a hassle for everyone from corporations to small shops. I just want to settle down already. So that's how things are. I appreciate your hard work. After listening to the rest, I thought could have been just a random inconvenience. But after this, the odds that this is a serious case have skyrocketed. Yes, and it's consistent that we've been hearing it from the police. Ever since the liberation, everything's been thrown into chaos, from the occasional communication error to complete misdeliveries. A lot of it has been important food products. I heard that various shipments have been gone missing en route. It's happening way too often. It can't be a coincidence. Asking around, it seems like it's not just happening with shipments to restaurants, grocery stores, department stores. It's happening everywhere. Yet it's happening in such a way where people are being affected aren't even going to notice the trend. It's fair to say whoever's behind this is just as cunning as they are malicious. Are they acting alone? Are they a part of the organization? What's their MO? We need to get to gathering more intel right away. Naturally, about that, it's a bit late now, but I've been carrying out inspection duties at Orcus Tower since around last week. I'm well aware, Inspector Machias Regnitz, yes? Crossville Police Department, 1st Investigative Division, Alex Dudley. Ah, so you already knew about me, huh? I learned about you from the data from the Special Support section gave me. It's the role of the First Division to handle any foreign problems. I believe someone who's a member of the Faint Thor's Class 7, not to mention the son of the Imperial Government's cruel provisional head, falls under that jurisdiction. Aye. Heh, don't worry about it. Today was supposed to be my first day off in forever, but if my coffee is in crisis, now that's a different story. The coming days will only get busier if I'm prepared for those. I'm prepared to defend the one smallest soul-soothing pleasure I have with my own hands. Inspector Regnus, will you aid me in this independent investigation? Neither police nor inspectors as it brought her in arms, defending the love of coffee. This is literally just about coffee. Come on, guys. Yes, understood. I'll be counting on you. Such an unexpected situation pushed the two of us to our limit, yet we had to take back that coffee-consuming lifestyle we held so dear. We had no choice but to begin our joint investigation. We started our inquiry at the importer goods shop in Crossfield Apartments, where my old friend Patiri works. Then we made the famed merchant Harold, following that we went around each street gathering what little info we could. Oh, now that you mention it, there was a supply route like that. It wasn't able to deal too much damage to the Mockery since I dealt with it not too long ago, though. Heh, anyone who's trying to take me out of the business is either foolishly daring or has friends in a pretty dark part of the black market. I see. Would you mind if I ask you a few more questions? Sure, I guess, but it's gonna cost you. But hey, we having a good working relationship, so I'll throw in a little discount for you. Wow. I thought the police were supposed to be a bit more rigid in who they associate with. Well, that's how it was when we checked it out, at least. The damages run deeper than we anticipated, but thank you for your testimony is useful. Your work is as impressive as I've been told. Junior Special Support Section, we were here to write the stuff by. God damn these JSSS. Our seniors in the main support section are busy dealing with other matters, so this is the least we can do in their place. Feel free to ask us for anything else you need while you're in the city. Of course, you have my gratitude. Well, he's a much more social man than I'd taken him for. I have to say, I'm impressed with our results. To think the roots of the problem would be this far spread. I was shocked to learn everything from 9 Volley to that bar in the back street is roped up in this case. We able to obtain such valuable evidence in the society's underbelly, though that is much natural for an investigator. And I'm impressed that a judicial inspector like you would have such a flexible way of thinking. I was thinking you'd be the straight-laced type that always sticks to the books. Perhaps it's rude of you to say I expected the same from you. Though I can see now I still have a long way to go. But this inspection will be important for the liberation of Crossfield. I have to give it everything I can for now. You? Hey, where are we heading to next? Oh, excuse... Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry for standing in the way. There's no mistaking it. This is one of the employees at Orcus Tower's General Affairs section. Hey, that's... Four Eyes. Looking at you, aren't you the Mr. Inspection Man from the Empire? Thank you for the work with the post-war cleanup and those defense guards or whatever that were hanging around. You're working so hard. But hey, isn't your little empress stirred up in all that shit? Gotta pick up your own mess. Oh, that's just rude. I wouldn't. On top of all that, I keep hearing about these scams going around. Seems like we're turning back to the old city of sin we were before the special supporting section showed up. You Imperials just keep building shit up and pushing it down, don't you? Damn you! Hey, don't you think that's enough? I don't care how much alcohol you add. If you add this, keep on with this insistent rant, I'll have considered this obstruction of justice. Oh? Yeah, I've seen those glasses before too. Dumbass, what are you doing out here? Apologies, seems my friend had a little bit too much beer. Investigator Dudley, Inspector Machias. I'm very sorry my friend said anything out of line. His fatigue's been building up ever since the liberation of the tower and we were just, Hey man, let's get going already. I don't care if it's our day off, your dicking around's gone way out of line this time. Did I? Don't think I got enough beer in me to personally. Hey, wait just a moment. I don't care much what your friend was saying about me a moment ago, but he mentioned some scams he'd been incurring. Please, do you know anything about that matter? Currently in the middle of investigating just that. If there's anything you can tell us, please, we would greatly appreciate it. But, yeah, then it's about that, then there's no problem. I hear that some shady merchant showing up is going around selling counterfeit brand goods. Well, big enterprises and retail stores have inquiries about these brand goods and flying in from some customers. But the truth is, I thought all that should have been reported to the police. For now, wouldn't it be enough that I just gave you the names of some impacted stores? Yes, that'd be perfect. I appreciate your cooperation. Following this new lead, we went around to infect the stores one by one. In this, we were able to pick up on the characteristics of the fake brand goods, and we also managed to tease out a pattern of which stores were impacted. Afterwards, we went to catch a breather and talk while we arranged all of our information. We ended up resting by the bakery on West Street. So we gathered a bit more intel. Yes, looking at the trends, it seems most likely that it's been shops that deal with the imported foodstuffs and general goods. R2! It includes everything from those popular Quincy brand candies to Strega boots. At every occasion, a merchant seems to show up offering selling the alternative goods at a discounted price right after the incident occurs. Of course, by the time they take a look at the goods and see if they're inferior quality, the vendor can no longer be reached. Could it be? It's extremely likely that those merchants are an accomplice. Counterfeit brand goods, are they? Hey, you're not caught up with what that guy was saying earlier, are you? There's no reason for you to feel responsible for everything the Empire did merely because you're Erebonian. Thank you for the consideration. But if I'm honest, I think he's a good representation of how Crossspell feels about it all. It's for that reason I feel like I still can't do enough, neither as a citizen of Erebonian nor as an inspector. I see. You really do remind me when I was in my younger days. Of yourself, Investigator Dudley? Yes, I earnestly held my ideals to the highest regard. I always wanted to live up to everyone's expectations. I can only feel a sense of purpose when carrying out my duties. However, at some point, the pressure became too great. I couldn't breathe under the weight of my own expectations for myself. Is it much different from how you are now? When you put it like that. Yes, perhaps that's exactly how I am. With the Chancellor gone, it's the start of a new era for the Empire. In the middle of all that change, my father, as the Imperial Governor, is acting as the leader. Our first step must be to get this situation back under control and normalize relations with Crossspell. To think that this is a large goal I'm expecting myself to complete in just a small stepping stone on this massive path. Because of that, I keep marching on ahead, pushing myself to the limit. I hate nothing more than my own uselessness. I see. However, for the time being, just how you are. You should have had a little bit more faith in yourself, Inspector Machias. You've chosen to take the thorny path of the Inspector until the end, and you have been entrusted with the important task of the post-war cleanup despite your youth. Nothing else, those accomplishments are to be proud of. On top of that, I know you have the talent to live up to your own expectations. I understand you're in a rush to get more results, but in the brew that's been steadily pressed together and slowly roasted, it's the richest flavor, doesn't it? As a fellow appreciator of coffee, sure you understand what I mean by that. I think I finally get it when you put it like that. Yes, I've been perhaps trying to rush myself too much. Maybe it's been a while before I get results, but that doesn't matter, as long as I'm doing all I can to steadily press out my own potential. That's the spirit. Mr. Dudley? You're Inspector Machias, yes? Now this isn't an odd pairing. Oh, you're from the old law office. It's aiming on investigation. We're taking a short period before continuing our work. I see. Was there any chance you're investigating that affair with the fake goods and counterfeit brand merchants? Could it be that Crossbell's news service is also looking into the matter? Yes, Miss Grace has been gushing trying to get this scoop. It reminds me of a case the Special Support Section once investigated, so I was just on my way to collect some documents from that incident. For real? Fuck! God dang it! Machias said for real. Alright. Excuse my brazenness, would you allow us to take a look at those documents? You can verify who's behind it, we'll be one step closer towards arresting the culprit. Yes, I don't really mind. You've always been looking out for me, Mr. Dudley. I'd be happy to be of use to an inspector. Would you please keep it a secret from Miss Grace? I have a feeling if you told her, she would probably force herself right into the middle of the investigation. Yes, I can see that. Of course, you have my word. On me? Yeah. No, the episode's not done. Many hours later. Are we gonna get our shotguns and like shoot them or something? Time for to fail their inspection. Hey, we've hit quite the jackpot this time. Crossbell really is a great city, even if I have the regrettable memories from the last time I was here. I'm equally pleased with this business partnership. Thanks to our little deal, my job's been much more easier to carry out. Now I should be thanking you. I shall now enjoy my job and think much more thanks in a little spark to our arrangement. Perhaps it'll be easier to get away with these things in a re-independent Crossbell than it was under Imperial rule. Truly, I pray it will continue to be a fruitful hunting ground. Stop laughing, sir. Huh? Just who you two be? I'm not obliged to answer though I know that if you're in Swindlerminute and that there's an infamous counterfeit brand from the Republic, it seems you two made the quaint little alliance of evil here in Crossbell now, no? So you figured that out that much. Watch yourself, you know. We still haven't forgiven those damn Special Support Section brats for screwing our business years ago. That's so. It's thanks to the investigation materials they left behind for us that we were able to figure it all out. We found out the records of your past crimes, we were able to piece it all together. Now just be an adult and come quietly, will you? Really, even though the shadow of those annoying kids haunt me. But this is the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't care anymore. In fact, I owe that accursed Special Support Section my gratitude. Why is she suddenly acting so? She's gotten really noisy too. I once had all my plans crushed by those brats in one fell swoop as well. And it won't be quite the same, but crushing you two should serve as good stress relief. Come, it's time to get to work. Fail all to the crushing power of the sheer numbers. Go out here, you lot. Burn the glasses until they shrivel like bean sprouts. No one's coming, sir. No one's coming. Where are they? Shh. What's happening? No way. Did the cops find out where the rest of us were hiding? Shit. But we completely lost jump on them. What the hell is going on? Didn't I already tell you we pieced together your whole operation? Our own reinforcements will get here soon in their place. Don't you think you can still get away? much. You think you're clever. But if I can overcome this trial, I can do anything. I'll keep coming back again and again. I'll pay you back 1,000,000 times over. Get him, boys! Let them come. I'll intercept their attacks. Leave defense to me and go all out, Inspector Machias. Understood. Boof, boof, shotgun, whoa! We don't even have to go to a battle. And with that, all that's left is you lot. Shit, 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 what a bunch of useless idiots! So this is where I meet my end. As if there's no way I can give up after coming all this way! Damn. Dudley, no! I'll give you a fitting end. Don't underestimate me. Ah! What the? He's passing through bullet fire. Poof. Gawk. Have you felt this pain before? This is the might of the hammer of justice. Hahaha, shame we have to call off the fun here, but I'll see you punks later. The water's clear as far as I can see. Adios bless, everything is perfect for my escape. Huh? Why won't the engine start? I'll tell you why. We looked to every boat that had been docked at this pier and happened to find yours. I intend on will be with the engine, but hey, I'll let you try to swim your way if you're brave enough. You little counterfeit brand merchant and Minif as well. Seems that in the past you were both able to get away due to your status as foreigners, but this city's laws have changed quite a bit since then. I'll go inform the embarrassed city that you two are criminals and you'll be judged by Crossbow's own legal system. So this is the end. Our flawless plan's been completely ruined. With that, we arrested the counterfeit brand merchant, the swindler Minif had been terrorizing Crossbow. While we confronted the investigation, the supply routes they disrupted began running once more. Next day, I got a call from my beloved coffee beans that had been restocked. I decided to pay a cafe visit before going to work. Thank you for waiting. Here's your original bitter blend, just as you ordered. All things considered, I'm surprised you managed to solve this case so quickly. Thanks to your hard work, the damages will be kept to a minimum. We seriously can't thank you enough. Shop owner wanted me to pay you back, so consider this one on the house. Appreciate your generosity. This really is the only blend morning like this. Yes, it feels suit your spirit and energy just like the morning too, wasn't it? My bad, guys. I didn't know which timing the dialogue was for.
体に染み渡るようだ。朝といえばこうでなくてはな。ところで一つ相談なのだが、時間が合えば今度一緒に昼食でもどうだ。コーヒーがよく合うランチを出す店を知っているのだが。
ええ、ぜひよろしくお願いします。
What a fucking episode. Maybe I should do a top 10 ranking of the episodes of how I rate Justice Duel N. I got 5,000 Mira. And we got a book. Hold on, guys. I gotta be sure. Manly cooking coffee book. Whoa, that's fucking useful. Justice for coffee. No action required. Alright, guys. Anyway, we did Machias and Dudley. They had their own episode. So next time on Hajimari no Kiseki, we're gonna be tackling another episode. Well, I guess, guys, we'll see you guys all next time.